Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Astrology 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. This is going to be a general astrology reading for the month of March 2022 for all signs. I do know that the month is kind of half gone, but I just wanted to post this, and I had actually recorded this video way back when, and I do not know what happened while saving it. Anywho, long story short, here we go. So it is going to be for all sun signs. I will of course put on the timestamps, and we will be starting off with Aries. So for Aries, I have it on my computer. I'm not going to print out papers and take it out because it's just like, it's a waste of, paper. So of course I can't read it. My goodness. So let's take a look at it for y'all. For Aries, for the month of March, remember this is like Vedic astrology, right? The weekly I do Western astrology, but here I do Vedic. So for the month of March, for my beautiful Aries, let's look at some general overviews for you. So this month would kind of be fairly successful in quite a few fields with regards to your life, right? There is a conjunction between Mars and Venus with Saturn in your 10th house. So there is going to be success as far as career is concerned. That's the direct correlation over there. Good time for those of you, regardless of whether you're business people or whether you're, self-employed, or whether you're working for a company. This is a good time for you. And for those of you who are actually pursuing education, whether you're doing your primary education as in, you're now a college student, or doing a master's or PhD or whatever, going back to finish your degree or whatever, this is a pretty good month. Jupiter is going to be in your 11th house, and he is looking at the 5th house, which is really good because that gives you some good results. But Venus is kind of co-joined with Saturn and Mars in the 10th house, so that could cause a little bit of drama in the family environment. In terms of love and relationship, it's pretty good. I would say Sun and Jupiter are happy with each other in that aspect, so you're good. And that of course is in your 11th house. So as far as your financial side is good, yeah, you're going to be fine. For the most part, this is a pretty good month, right? I mean, it's not like any big drama. So let's break it down even further. Let's actually go down and look at your, let's look at your finances, right? So there is going to be economic profit, because the Sun, Jupiter, and Rahu are all happy in the 2nd house, which is, economics and profits, right? So remember, this is astrology, okay? There is a possibility of increase in income, which is great. And if you are a business person, then you're going to see a little bit of increase in income there too. Or there's a possibility that you may have started a new, let's say you have your principal business and you must have started offering an additional service or anything like that. That will pick up, and you're going to get some money from there too. But as much as this money is coming in, sometimes we see that, is that recording? Yeah. The money is coming in and we're all happy, but the money doesn't stay because we have 101 other things that we need to spend it on, and whatever expenses. So from that perspective, I'm going to say that you may have a few struggles because you're all this money is coming in and it's not staying. So you could have some issues over there, right? Then the 2nd half of the month, your increases will your expenses will increase even more than the first half. So therefore, that's why that little bit of constraint. Even though money is coming in, you're still going to be a little bit stressed about it. You may have to dip into your savings, which is really annoying, right? Because you see money coming in and you're like, all this money is coming in, yet why do I have a reason to dip into savings? So that's going to be a little bit, manage it, try to balance your finances, right? It's not that you're going to be in the poorhouse, it's just that it's going to be like, oh my God, really? Type of a situation, like the money is coming in, why isn't it staying? You have to kind of make some conscious decisions here as to how you're going to manage it. Profitability lies in managing your finances. If you are doing any business or employed by a foreign company or a multinational corporation, you're going to be good. There is a chance that business will expand. See here, this is what I'm saying. So you may expand your business, money is going to come in, but think about the cost of doing that business, right? Or the investment you made for that expansion. So that's what I'm trying to say. Let's look at career though. You're going to be working a little bit more harder, putting in more hours, okay? Because Mars is in the house of karma and he's actually looking good. So you, as much as you put in hard work, you're going to see the benefits of it, right? So what you sow, so you reap. Those of you who are employed, there's going to be good, people are going to take notice of your work, right? And for employed people, employees, if you're working for somebody else, if somebody's giving you your paycheck, Jupiter in the 11th house is Sun, Mercury and Jupiter in the 11th house and the complete aspect on the 5th house. It's going to be good for you as far as your, it's going to kind of make way for success, right? So if you've had any obstacles, they're going to be removed and you're going to find success. If you have any work that's kind of projects that are pending, etc., this is the time to pick up the speed and get it all completed. Like I said, for business people earlier in the finance sector, there's a possibility of expansion in business. If you start a new project at this time, be it for the company you're working for or for yourself, if you're self-employed, great time that if you start it now, it's fantastic because you will see this come to fruition. If any of you are in a position where you might inherit assets or properties from family, you might see that come through now. So let's look at health. You will have a little bit of relief because the Sun and Jupiter is in the first half of your month. They may get some relief you may get some relief with regards to minor ailments like sniffles and allergies and this, that, and that sort of a stuff. But if you're not cautious, that can snowball into something bigger. So I'm saying, take care and deal with it and make sure that you take appropriate, medical care, right? Or seek medical care. This is a good time for you to start off on a new diet or anything like that. If you have kind of fallen off the healthy eating bandwagon, this is a great time to start. The second half of the month is going to be a little better for you as far as your health is concerned. The Sun is in your 12th house and it's aspecting the 6th house. So that's good. I'm going to say the first half of the month can be a little testy. The second half is going to be better for you. Now remember Vedic astrology, right? We are looking at Vedic astrology. So if this is for Aries, keep that in mind. Don't get confused with Western astrology. Then let's talk about love, marriage and such. So this good month, first half of the month, you will benefit from the Sun and Jupiter being in your 5th house, which is great. That is love, etc., and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to say this is a great month for you all to kind of build on, not that you don't trust each other already, but it's a great month for you all to actually improve or build your relationship, to build it further, okay, or solidify it further. There is a possibility that you may start a new friendship. I'm going to say be careful. Don't let that friendship become something else, because if you're already in a relationship and you find a new friend or you meet somebody who becomes a new friend really quickly, don't let that turn into a more personal relationship because that's not beneficial for you. But if you're single, of course, that's another thing. And the second half of the month, there is the transitions of some of the planets over there, see, like I said, if you are in a relationship, you meet somebody, there's a new friend, and that, body language, etc., your mate or your spouse may say, okay, what's going on there? Why are you so chummy with him, or why are you so chummy with her? That could lead to estrangements within your relationship. So be careful of that, okay? Then let's look at Mars and Venus. There will be a few touchy moments here and there this month. Again, it's because of these misunderstandings and these, well, why are you being so overly attentive to him, or why are you being so overly attentive to her? You know, stuff like that. So just take care, you know, restrain yourself when situations become a little tense, you know. Make sure that you kind of, you know, think before you speak, and you know, wandering eyes. I mean, hey, look, we're all adults here. I mean, you do you, boo, right? You're going to be responsible for your actions. Obviously, nobody else is. So if that's what floats your boat, then hey, man, or hey, woman, I mean, do what pleases you. But from the astrology perspective, I'm saying where that could lead to, well, common sense, really. I mean, think about it. But I'm just saying my piece, okay? So let's look at family and friends. So Rahu is in your second house, and Venus is the lord of the second house. So they are going to be conjoined with Sun and Mars, which is in the 10th house. So yeah, there could be some dynamics within the family that's not necessarily very happy, lovey, you know. Family dynamics could be a little bit testy, you know, misunderstandings, you know, anger, I'm not talking to him, I'm not talking to her type of a situation. There could be an increase in flying tempers, if you will, with regards to maybe there was a disagreement one had with the other member of the family. I'm not talking about intimate partners or spouse. I'm talking about, say, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, father, mother type of thing, you know, twin type of thing. Some old thing pops up, and then everybody gets their knickers in a twist all over again, because instead of letting sleeping dogs lie, somebody rakes up the past. And then it's like, oh, remember that time you did this, and this, and that could start a little bit of drama. So before one is forearmed, you know, restraint, you know, exercise restraint. And also, how do you, if you get sucked into a situation like that, how do you, it's not just what you say, but how you say it that makes all the difference. So watch your words, okay? If you get really upset, walk away and say, you know what, give me 5 minutes, I'll be right back. Or as simple as, you know, I need to use a restroom, I'll be right back. Go into the restroom and just think and regroup and come back. Because once the words get out and once we say it, then there is going to be, you know, it aggravates situations even more, right? And also, if you come across as being calm and collected and cool and not just blab off, you know, the family members will look at you in new light, like, oh my God, I can't believe this person is talking sense, you know, that sort of a thing. So, and then you would be surprised that your siblings and you and all of y'all get together, and they'll be like, they really will look up to you, because they'll realize that, oh wow, you know, this Aries, whoever, talks sense, so let's listen. By default, you may become the go-to person too. So that's cool, isn't it? So that's all I have for you, my beautiful Aries. And I should have made note of the time, right? Of course I didn't. So what is the time now? Let's say, let's go into Taurus, and let me make sure. Taurus, what is the time? 4:23. Okay, so for my beautiful Taurus, for the month of March 2022, this is general, remember, general energy readings, right? Sun and Jupiter is in your 10th house. For my beautiful Taurus, there is going to be expected success at work. Those of you who are pursuing education, it's a good time, right? You will see success. If exams taken, joining a course or anything is good. Mercury is going to be in the house of karma in conjunction with Sun and Jupiter, so that's good for your family environment. Yeah, this looks like a great month from the economic point of view. This time is going to be good for you too, from finances and economics. All in all, I'd say this month is pretty all right. Let's look at your career. This is a good month for y'all. Really good. Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter. It's actually good for y'all. You're going to have a lot of support at your place of work, whether you're working for another company or an employer, or whether you have your own business. You'll be surprised. There are going to be a lot of people around you who are going to be very helpful, and their help is going to propel you into the next level, be it in your business or be it in your career. If you're working for somebody, there is a chance you may get a promotion, and that's going to increase your confidence. And of course, with that comes more responsibility, and with that comes more better pay packet. So yay for that, right? If you've had any issues in terms of co-workers or colleagues who have been kind of, business partners, anybody who've been kind of testy or, kind of, I don't know, maybe just irritating, it'll kind of mellow out and smoothen out and kind of even out. Ketu is in the 7th house, so that's good. It will affect business in a positive manner. You will have a little bit of, stressful moments. Just because I'm saying this month is good doesn't mean that, you just go every day to the office. You sit there at your desk sipping gin and juice and smoking doobies and everything's going to be fine. That's not what I'm saying. You have to be proactive. You may have a little irritation here and there. Well, that's part of life, right? Part of business. That's what happens. But for the most part, overall, it's going to be good. And also, when our workload increases, right? Think about it. When it happens to almost all people, when we get really busy at work, we come back home, we're so tired, we don't have enough energy or time for our loved ones or the family, and soon enough, the family members will start kind of grumbling about it, like, you don't spend enough time with us, or dad, mom, we haven't gone out, you don't play whatever the game, Friday chess game or board game with us or whatever, I'm too tired. But surprisingly this month, that won't be the case, where even though you come home tired, your family members are not going to gripe about it. They'll actually be supportive of you, which is great, right? Then let's look at finances. Taurans, you're doing good. Good. The first half of the month, Jupiter is in the 10th house with the Sun and Mercury, so that's going to be great. Always great for you as far as finances are concerned. So for those of you who are employed, you may see an uptick in terms of your pay packet. Be it in pay or be it in bonuses or what have you, or lucky draws or whatever. But you have to curb your expenses. Keep a tight lid on that. Taurans like good stuff. They like good food, good wine, good clothes, all the Venus, right? Ruled by Venus. So think about that. Try to, I mean, if you want to have champagne on a beer budget, then that's on you. But, so keep your expenses under check. Just because you got a pay hike or whatever, it's natural. I'm earning whatever more, and all that is disposable income. Who am I to give you financial advice? But I'm telling you, you know how to manage it, right? Don't let it slip through your fingers. Then it doesn't matter that you got a pay hike. It's the same thing, because what comes in, you're spending out. What's the point? Yeah, there's a possibility you might, Ketu is in the 7th house, so there is a possibility you might get some unexpected news that you're the beneficiary, or some wealth sitting somewhere, somebody has set aside, like, I don't know, made you the beneficiary of something somewhere, or fixed deposit, and you might get that money, Second half, there may be a few increases in terms of your expenses. Make wise decisions. I say that all the time. So that's finances. Then did we talk about career? Yes, we did. Let's look at health. Saturn and Mars is in the 9th house of Venus. So health is all right. You will see an improvement in your health. If you have any chronic illnesses, this is a good time for you to actually focus on it, to get rid of it, and you will. But if you have had any, more specifically, if you've had any chronic disease or issues regarding your eyes, you'll actually see relief with that, or you will finally be able to go and figure out what the heck is going on, what is it that's causing it, and therefore take the necessary treatment, which is going to help you. But the fact that your workload is going to increase, it's going to affect you, it's going to drain your energy. So try to balance it out by eating healthy and doing whatever meditation or whatever, not watching too much TV, getting enough rest. Getting enough rest is the biggest thing, right? People think that sitting there and watching TV and YouTube and all that, you're resting. Well, I shouldn't have said YouTube because I'm creating this for YouTube. But, electronic stimulation does kind of, before going to bed, it keeps your brain active and you really don't unwind. So there could be days when it'll help you to just shut it down, right? So stop watching TV an hour before you go to bed and, that sort of a thing. So focus on your diet, because you will have a little bit of mental stress again because of added work, responsibility, and you could be a stress eater. So watch out for that. And again, Taurans love good food and good wine. So let's look at love, marriage and stuff, right? This is going to be a mixed month for you guys. Jupiter is in the 5th house. For those of you who are in a relationship but haven't tied the knot, there's a possibility you might get married this month. Marital life is going to be fairly, who do we have? Fated with Venus, okay. Your relationship is going to improve if you are already married. If you have any misunderstandings or anything like that, just talking about it, you can clear it up, as long as you don't kind of, be like, oh, everything is fine. What's wrong, honey? Nothing. Are you okay, honey? Yeah, I'm fine. And then later on, for that to keep building. No, this is the time for you to talk about it and get it over with, right? Second half of the month is going to be pretty good for you. Let's talk about family and friends. Family environment is going to be good. Your relationship with your folks, like your dad, mom, etc., is actually going to be good. If you had some, if you hadn't seen your parents in a while, or hadn't spoken to them in a while, because the last time we met, you said this and I said that, and the usual squabbles, you're going to overcome those. If you have any existing squabbles in the family or, arguments, or I'm not going to come for dinner this Friday because, my sister or my brother is going to be there and I can't stand him or her, that sort of stuff, all that's going to be resolved. So for the most part, I say this month is pretty good for you. So that's for you, my beautiful Taurans. Next, I'm going to go and do the reading for Gemini. Let me note the time, 4:32. All right, so my beautiful Geminis, what do we have for you for March of 2022? Wow, Mars and Jupiter with Mercury in your house of luck. Going to be a good month, general. Family challenges a little bit. There could be some tension between members of the family or household. There could be some tension with relationship issues with your significant other. Financial matters, there could be some unnecessary expenses. Let's take a look. Career. Career is going to be fairly normal. Favorable though, normal but favorable to make any advancements. Whatever hard work you've been putting in, you're going to reap the benefits. If you've had any obstructions or hindrances, like, oh, I was working on this project, but now I cannot complete it because I didn't get this permit from this government, or that company hasn't responded as yet, and things have been stalling, all that's going to be removed. In the second half of the month, the sun is going to be transiting the house of profession. That's going to open the way for you, and you're going to kind of be eligible for eligible for promotions, right? If you went in the past on the radar for promotions, you will be now. Business people, your businesses will progress. For those of you who have been unemployed and have been looking for a job, there's a very, very high chance that you will land a great opportunity this month. If for business people, if you're wanting to invest in a new area or something new, you can do that. It's going to be good. The time is right. So the moment you invest, it's going to pick up momentum and it's going to go forward, right? Of course, if there's something like big and you really need to kind of get some professional, guidance or insights or whatever, then do it, right? Like if you need to talk to the tax man to figure out, hey, how do I figure this? How do I go about this from a tax perspective? What do I need to do? That sort of a stuff. Oh, I love this scent. And of course I have to show you, right? It's moisturizing lavender scented. Okay, infused with vitamin C. Ooh, okay. So first half of the month, there could be some difficulties in terms of finances due to Mars. He will increase. He's going to be in your 8th house, right? And he is going to increase to Gemini. Hang on, Gemini. Okay, 12. Yeah. So he is going to cause you to increase expenses. And you may not necessarily be happy with the fact that even though your expenses have increased, you may not be happy with whatever, you thought you would get for that. If you spend some money going and buying something, you'll be like, I don't know if it was a good buy. Second half of the month, you're going to be good. It's much better. Venus is going to be well positioned with Mars. So this is great. And the sun is going to enter the house of karma, which is fantastic, beneficial for you. First half of the month, not so much. Second half of the month, as far as finances are concerned, it's great. If somebody has borrowed money from you, or if you gave somebody some money and say, oh, tough times, whatever, you're going to get it back. Could have been a long time ago, but you're going to get it back. You'll be surprised. Health. Mars is in an exalted position, which is great. So you are going to be, if you had any health issues, you will be relieved. If you have any issues regarding blood, like, high blood pressure or high cholesterol or infection or whatever in the blood, any blood related issues, you could find a resolution with that, or you can have it resolved. If anybody in your family, like an elder person, be it father, mother, or whoever, they've been struggling with health issues, they'll feel better this month, the second half. Your health is going to be good this month. You'll be fine. Okay, love, marriage, and relationships. A little bit of testy time as far as relationships are concerned. Venus, who's a lot of the 5th house, let me get my Venus, we are doing this with Gemini, so Venus, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, he's a lot of the 5th house, right? I have to remove all of this. Give me 1 second, because I don't want all of this popping up on my computer, because let's do this. Can you all see that? I mean, I still can. I don't want that. Let's set that aside. There could be a lack of understanding in your relationship this month, which will cause unnecessary stress and strain and a little bit of drama. Okay? Then I'm going to say exchange your words. Tempers are going to fly, and you're going to be a little bit, what's the word? Exchange your words. Like harsh words are going to be used. Oh, I hate to say this, but y'all, this is a time where you're going to be like mad at each other, and then y'all will be like, oh, okay, I gotta keep it clean, right? So it's like, and then you'll go, the conflict is mainly because you're just being asinine to each other, and egos, and I'm not going to give in. Why should I give in? I'm the one who's always giving in. No, you do it. It's your turn. No, why should I do it? No, I'm not going to do it. Take it or leave it. Well, I leave it. Okay then. And both of y'all turn and walk away in the opposite directions. I'm laughing because I'm sure that has happened in a lot of cases, right, with a lot of people. But I mean, looking in from the outside is like, oh my God, get over it, stop being so juvenile. But when you're in that situation and you're one of the actors in that little play, it's not funny, right? So, but having said all of these things, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, regardless, you're going to kiss and make up, and I love you, honey. No, I love you more, honey. That sort of a thing. So, oh, that's so funny. Anywho, that's so funny. Okay. Try not to impose your views and your logic on your family members. Try not to do that. Okay. Your relationship with your siblings is going to be good because Jupiter, Mercury, and Sun are in the third house, and they are being fine, So your relationship with your siblings is going to be good. If you needed to seek the help of any brother or sister or anybody like that with regards to any situation within your household matters, ask them. They will help you. Don't argue with your dad or mom, because you could be a grown adult, like 35, 40, 50, whatever, and you try to argue with your dad and mom, they'll make you feel like a little child all over again. And that's on you, because you push their buttons, and I told you, don't mess with them. Not this month. So I'm going to stop at that, my beautiful Geminis. Okay, so next I'm going to go on to, where we got Cancer. What is the time? Oh, my beautiful Cancerians. So, for my beautiful Cancerians, for March 2022, remember these are general astrology readings, right? And these are Vedic astrology readings. So if you do want a personal reading, you know how to get in touch with me. My email address is in the description box, and it is therealastrology1123@gmail.com. Send me an email. I do have readings. I do a whole bunch of astrology charts and readings. I can give you the information as to the prices, and we can go from there. So, this is a good month for you, Cancerians. Saturn and Venus is in the 7th house of Mars. So, businessmen will do good, but those who are employed will do better. Family matters is a good time. The Sun is very well aspected. Mercury and Jupiter on the 2nd house. Good atmosphere. Good times at home. But as far as your love affairs and married life is concerned, there could be some small differences and disputes. Finances is good. Now listen. Sun is in the 8th house with Jupiter. So there could be some inheritance that you're going to get, okay, that you didn't know about. You're going to benefit health-wise also. Career. First half of the month is going to be good. Employed people will get unexpected success. Your image, your reputation is going to be increased, as in people are going to look at you in a better light. And of course, your responsibilities also are going to increase. You may get new job, even if you're working for a company and you're like, happy and satisfied, and, they give you a promotion and they give you a whatever and you're fine, and that's going to, of course, boost your confidence. Don't be surprised if some headhunter comes and says, hey, we would love to have you join our team, and hey, that sort of stuff. Don't be surprised, that can happen. But the decision is on you. I always say, look, no harm, no foul. Go and meet them and see what they have to offer, right? Just because you go meet them and talk to them doesn't mean you're quitting this company. No harm done in finding out what's out there, right? And see, have an open mind. You don't have to make up your mind right now. You may say, I need to think about it, or you may say, thank you so much for the offer, not at this time. But at least you'll know, right? So I always say, go meet them. But if you're going to go up to your immediate supervisor and say, hey boss, ABC company, their recruiter has contacted me, he wants to meet with me to offer me a job, then your boss is going to say, okay, go then. You know what I mean? So, then your bosses get all butthurt about it, and they say, oh, well, after all of this and the fact that I just gave you a promotion and all that, you're coming and telling me that they offered you a job, right? You may be very chummy with your boss, but there are some things you shouldn't tell them. So common sense, right? Your work is going to be very much, you'll get a lot of accolades and you will be praised. Finance. Good for you, Cancerians. Sun, the Lord of Wealth, he's in your 8th house with Jupiter. You're going to get good money. Rahu is in your 11th house, which is a clear indication that there's going to be increase in income. Businessmen are also going to do well. Second half of the month, you're going to do better financially. If you're associated with a foreign company or a MNC from another company, it's going to be really good. Don't make hasty decisions. Everything is going good, but this is a time where you really need to be careful about the decisions you make. Just because this whole wave is carrying you up, don't get overly crazy, right? Health. You're going to be fine because Sun and Mercury are in the 8th house and they are in conjunction with Jupiter. Okay. It's going to be good. If you have any issues like heartburn or gas, I call it gaseousness. If you're feeling excessively gaseousness, if you're feeling excessively gaseous, it's clearly got to do with your diet. So take care of that. Again, Cancerians also like good food and drink. Cancerians also like that. They tend to overdo it. So take care. See, another thing, if you're the kind of a person who does a lot of traveling and you go from one city, state or country where the weather is warm, like I am, where am I right now? What is the weather here? Let me see. What is the weather here? It's 73 degrees where I'm at right now. And let me see. Oh, I don't have it on this phone. And then, you go up north or east or west or to another country and the weather over there, like within a day, like a flight over, within a day, it's like, I don't know, minus whatever, then it's going to affect your health, right? So, because all that fluctuation is also going to affect your body, right? Your body has to have the ability to cope and be able to fluctuate along with the weather. So take care of that. If you need to take those multivitamins that you take when you travel, just to keep any allergies or symptoms at bay, take care of that. But if you're married or if you're in a committed relationship, your significant other could have some health issues. Love and personal relationships and marriage. There could be a little bit of if you have a lover or a partner or somebody you're dating, you could have a little bit of a misunderstanding there. I'm going to tell you, Cancerians, to keep your mouth shut and listen. That's a bit harsh. Stop talking and start listening. Okay? With your relationships. Stop talking and start listening. For some of you, you may decide to get married. Okay. Other than that, nothing crazy over there. Family and friends. You're fine. Your ties in your family are going to be good. Your relationship with your parents or any elders in the family is going to be good. Like, if you don't have parents, you have an uncle or aunt or somebody who you are close to more than you are with your parents. Things like that happen. It's going to be great. Or maybe, you liked your mom's sister, but your mom and her sister never got along with each other. But you're like, Mom, I'm having this big get together and I'm going to invite Aunt May or whatever. And your mom is like, I don't understand why you got to invite her. This is our family. Why do you have to go and invite her? And then you go, no, Mom, I really want to. Then your mom may get a little pissy and, situations like that, right? But surprise, surprise, this month it's going to be good. There could be some great opportunity for you to have some family get-togethers. I love it. I love it. So let's stop with that for my beautiful Cancerians, right? So I'm going to stop with that. Thank you so much, Cancerians. I will see you in the next reading. All right. There we go. That's better. All right, my beautiful Leos, is this recording? Yes, it is. So let's get started. This is going to be general astrology reading for my beautiful Leos for the month of March 2022. So, general overall, this month is going to be a bit mixed for you guys. Rahu's in the 10th house, so there could be a change in job. Yeah, some of you may change jobs. That's not a bad thing, right? Those of you who are self-employed, you could see some success this month. If anybody's pursuing education, Sun and Mercury is with Jupiter in the 7th house, which is good for education matters. Sun, Jupiter and Mercury are well placed, so relationships in the family area, is good. Not a bad month. I like it. Any which way you cut it, right? Intimate relationships are going to be good. Your financial situation is going to be fairly good will be good. From the second week of March, right? You will have 4 planets. Oh wow. Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars in the first house. Let me repeat that. From the second week of March, you will have 4 planets in your first house, which is Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars. So you are going to be doing good. And even from a health perspective, it's going to help you. Those 4 planets in your first house. First house is all about the self, remember. All right, career. So for career, Venus is going to be in your 6th house. There could be a little bit of confusion, but some of you may get a job. So the confusion could be, should I leave, should I quit, should I join the new company or stay back here? Rahu is going to be in your 10th house. There is going to be change. There is going to be change. Confusion, but then there is going to be change as far as your career is concerned. But I'm going to say this change is going to be good for you, as confusing or stressful as it might be. Do I take the offer? Do I not? Do I push for more? Whatever. This change is going to be good for you. The Sun is going to be in the 8th house for the second half of March. So that's going to be great. And also for those of you who are looking to be posted out of the country, that's going to be great for you. And also if you're looking for a job overseas, it's going to be good for you. You will be successful, right? You're going to be able to start a new job, and you're going to get help from friends, right? It's going to be good for you. It could be confusing, but it's going to, this is a good change. Let me put it that way. If you have any doubts, rest assured it's a good change. You gotta have confidence within yourself, right? And trust that the decision you're making is going to work for you. It's going to benefit you. From as far as finances, Mercury is in the second house, and he is going to be with the Sun in the 7th house. For some of you, it may be a great month for finances. And for those who are in a situation or in a field where there's a lot of competition, you're going to jump ahead of competition. And that's going to be good for you, because you are going to be noticed, because you will have this opportunity to distance yourself from competition and basically leave them eating dust, in other words. So that's going to help you financially as well. Your income is going to increase this month. Some of you could benefit from foreign connections. Wow, this is a great month. If you're making any, this is a great month for business people to if you had a loan for your business, let's say, okay? If you're self-employed or you own a business and you had taken a loan, this is a great month for you to be able to pay back the loan, or to, pay back the note or whatever. But having said that, I'm going to tell you to take caution. Don't make crazy decisions in terms of, oh, I paid off this loan, so now let me go apply for another loan to do some other stuff. Don't do that. That's not good. At least not for now. I'm sorry, y'all. I know, I'm sorry. That flash, that was important. Let me just... let's look at health. Wow, Saturn, Mars and Venus will be present in your 6th house. Yeah, this is going to be good for you. You're going to be, with all that confusion going on, for some of you who are like, should I take up this job or not? Surprise, surprise, it's not going to be that stressful on you. It's weird, right? Yeah. You'll be like, well, you said there's going to be confusion, and now you're saying there's going to, you think that level of confusion or doubt may cause you a lot of stress. Actually, it won't. You will feel very strong this month. Physically, you're going to be, mind, body and spirit. You're going to be you're going to fight. You're going to feel fit. You're going to feel healthier than you usually do. Try to start a new routine. This is a great time for you to start a new routine. You're going to be successful. Healthy routine. Let's talk about love and relationships and personal relationships and intimate relationships. Jupiter, right, will be in conjunction with Mercury in the 7th house. Good time for you as far as your intimate relationship is, be it significant other, like dating, married, engaged, whatever. There's going to be this month you're going to feel like, oh my God, I can't believe we really get each other. That sort of a level of understanding. Okay. And of course, with that level of understanding each other, I can't believe she gets me, or I can't believe he gets me, that sort of a thing. That's going to be great. Don't be surprised, my beautiful Leos, if your loved one, that is if you're not married, they might kind of convince you that, hey, we should get married, or have, you won't come up with this idea. They will. They'll be like, we've been together for so long, we've been engaged for so long, don't you think we should get married? Like, if not now, then when, type of thing. They're going to plant that seed in you. So then, for some of you, will be like, okay, let's go get married then. If you're single and you're planning on proposing, single as in if you are, dating somebody for a while and you want to propose, it's a good month for you to propose. Those of you who have been waiting on the sidelines and saying, oh my God, when is he ever going to propose? Well, it's going to happen. This is great. Great time for love and relationships. See, the reason why I pause before I tell you all what I do is because there's so much information over here. And I don't want to go into that detail because honestly, you guys, your head will be spinning. So that's why I pause and I pick and choose what is relevant. Try to make it as concise as possible so that you'll understand it, y'all can follow, y'all can grasp it. And it's easy rather than sit here I can stretch this out to be a 2-hour long reading just for Leos or just for any single sign. Y'all will all be rolling your eyeballs, like literally. So that's why I try to, when I pause, please don't think that, don't think anything else. It's very simply because I'm editing and telling you what I think is going to be relevant, just to kind of make it short and easy and sweet. Okay, so family and friends, let's look at that. Family life. I don't think this month is going to be anything like so, earth-shattering. I'm going to say be careful when you have, I don't know why I keep doing that. If y'all have let's say, be careful when you have people visiting home. Don't let outsiders into your house. Be careful. Also, if some of you have family members who have businesses, and let's say you're working for a company, you could benefit from their influence or their help, and you'll be like, how can I? So maybe you're working for a company and then you provide a particular service and you come to find out your brother or your sister or aunt or uncle owns a business and they need your company's services. You'll be like, how about I sign you up myself? Or for example, if you're a real estate agent and then if somebody in your family wants to sell their house, you'll be like, well, I'll do it. I'll be your agent. Of course, you'll have to disclose all that stuff. I think there's some regulations as far as the realtors thingy, code of whatever, right? So overall, I'd say for you folks, this month is like nice. March is not anything great. I mean, not anything like, oh, better be careful type of thing. That's not March. So now let's go into Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, for y'all for the month of March. After the first week, you have you could have a little bit of a testy situation because due to the transit of the 10th house, Lord Mercury in the 6th house, there's going to be some. After the first week, you'll have a little bit of a boo-boo type of a month. Be very careful with regards to your work. Take care. You have Mars, Venus and Saturn in the 5th house. If you take care, pay attention to detail, watch what you do, how you do, you will have good benefits. Or you will benefit, basically. So you will have a little bit of peace and happiness, although there could be a little testy here and there kind of stuff. Even though there's so much of chaos going on, you will somehow, I wouldn't say so much chaos, even though so much may be going on, you will be surprisingly at peace with the whole thing. It's like all the dramas are going on all around you, but you're going to be untouched. You know what I mean? On the other hand, there could be a little bit of a tension with regards to a personal relationship, intimate relationship. There will be some differences because we have, who do we have? Saturn, Mars and Venus all in the 5th house, right? So that could cause some little bit of a disagreements or testy time for you in terms of your intimate relationship. Then you have Jupiter, Mercury and Sun in the 6th house. So if you have had any health issues, you'll feel better this month. Let's get into career. You could have some issues with regards to your career because Mercury is in your 6th house. Mercury in 6th house. Yeah, there'll be some ups and downs in your career, workplace. There could be some disputes in your workplace. Be careful how you deal with your co-workers or colleagues or whatever, because it could go down south really fast. And again, don't make sure you cross all the T's and dot all the I's, because I'm telling you, you don't and you drop the ball, it is going to piss the snot out of all and sundry, all your supervisors or your superiors or seniors. And that's going to be such a big hot mess, and you're going to struggle to come out of that one. It'll get to be a very sticky situation. For some people, that won't affect, depending on where in the Virgo month you're born. First, they call it the three, the first half of Virgo, the middle of Virgo, the last half of Virgo. It depends on where you're born. Remember, these are general, right? So depending on that, some of you will skate through all this. It won't affect you as much. And for those of you who this testy situation doesn't affect, surprise, surprise, you may get a promotion. But for some of you, you've got to really, really be careful. Do not drop the ball. If you've got to go back and look and check and check and check again, do it. For those of you who are business owners, second half of the month, you may get some good news. And surprisingly, your significant other could also be very supportive of you as far as your business is concerned. And that could bring an additional income or value or whatever. Let's say, your significant other says, hey, my wife or my husband, by the way, owns this business. Maybe you should contact them and that sort of a thing. Then they'll be like, oh, I didn't know your wife or your husband owned that business. Yeah. Well, we definitely want to purchase that or avail of those services, and there you go. So that way. Or maybe they will come and help you out in your business. Finances, let's look at that. Venus, who rules Virgo, right, is the lord of the second house, and is going to stay with Mars and Saturn in the 5th house. You will make progress as far as profitability is concerned. It'll be visible. You can see it, but it's not going to all just fall in your lap at one time, right? It is going to come in. Venus, Saturn, and Mars are in the 11th house, so business ventures will progress. Mars is in an exalted position, y'all. For some of y'all, see, that's the thing with these general astrology readings, these are general. Now, if I were to do a personal astrology chart for you, I'll know exactly where the planets fall at what degrees and which house, because those degrees make a lot of difference. And you can tell, because I'm seeing here, for some of y'all, Mars is in an exalted position in the 5th house, and that means you're going to have phenomenal success. So that's another thing, I always tell people, take it for what it is, right? And if it doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. Because they'll be like, oh, okay, Tana, you told me that it's going to be a great month, but for me, I had a boo-boo month. Well, where does your birthday fall? In the first, third, the middle, or the last, right? So that makes a lot of difference. Okay, so let's get to health. For you Virgos, it's going to be a moderate month as far as health is concerned. Pay attention to your diet. That's all I'm going to say. Pay attention to your diet. Could have issues with terms of food poisoning and that sort of a little stuff, but it's not going to be so bad because the sun is in a good. Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter are in the 6th house. So which is all right. The sun is going to help you. It's not going to make it that bad, but try to take care of that. And also, if you're prone to allergies, when the wind picks up, like it was so windy earlier, and it still continues to be windy. And I know I had, whenever I take my doggy out on a walk and it's windy, I come back and I'm itching and sneezing, and I have to cleanse myself, completely shower, because anything on my skin, and I'm all covered up till here and here, and I really have to protect myself because I have major allergies, and I have to go and rinse off. I cannot, otherwise my skin starts itching and it's a hot mess. So if y'all are one of those people like me who are highly sensitive, and who, you know, a little bit of wind and something is in the air and you get it, and so take care, okay? You know what I'm saying, right? Okay. Personal relationships, love and marriage. There could be some differences with your significant other. Don't let your indifferences be like, oh, I can't deal with it. Like, don't make it like a situation where you're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And don't be stubborn with your point of view. Don't be stubborn. Because I'll tell you something about Virgos, okay? They can get quite stubborn, and Virgos are very exacting. They're very demanding, and they'll be like, no, this is how it is, and that's it. No, your way is wrong. No, that's unacceptable. This is how it has to be, because this is the right way and this is the only way. If you get on that kind of a horse ride, you're going to get bucked off, okay? So, second half of the month, the planets are going to change a little, so that stress and tension with your loved one or your intimate partner or your significant other is going to kind of reduce. And then you'll see that you're back to being like, okay, I get it, and things are going to smoothen out. So it's a temporary situation. See, when energies are like this and it's temporary, we kind of have to go with the flow sometimes and say, yeah, I mean, relationships are difficult as is, right? So, unless of course, only you know how much you can take or what your level of tolerance is. So, family and friends, let's see. Don't be surprised if somebody in the family says, oh, we have an announcement to make. We just got married. Oh, we got engaged. Oh, a baby's on the way. Something like that could pop up this month. And as far as your siblings are concerned, if you're at the type of family where y'all kind of grew apart, if you will, with your siblings, this is a good month for you to kind of try to pick up the phone and call, or be the first one to initiate that contact again. I would recommend that, right? So let's not get our ego get in the way. So you take the initiative, right? Okay, so then let's look at Libra, and then I have to write down the time. All right, Libra, what do we have for my beautiful Librans for the month of March? Mars, Venus and Saturn are in the 10th house. So those who are employed could have a little bit of a testy situation. And if you're a student pursuing education, Jupiter is in your 5th house, so there's going to be a little bit of stress for you too. Then let's say Ketu is in the 2nd house, Saturn in the 4th house, and he's there with Venus and Mars, so there's going to be a little bit of conflict with regards to your house family situation. But if you're not in an intimate relation, if you're not married, and if you're just kind of dating somebody or in the dating field, surprisingly, it could be a romantic phase for you. You get what I'm saying, right? If you're married, it's a little different, but if you're single and dating, then, or if you're single and looking to date, it's going to be good for you. But if you're in a married or a significant relationship, or what you call those monogamous relationships, there's a little bit of drama there. If you have had any monies that have been stuck, like you were expecting a check from here or there or wherever, and for some reason or the other it hasn't come through, and you should have gotten that money 1 month ago, 2 weeks, 6 weeks ago, or whenever, you're going to get it. All right. Sun is in the 5th house. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So let's talk about career. Mars, Venus and Saturn is in the 10th house. So yeah, I said it, it's going to be a little difficult. You'll have a little bit of drama with work, y'all. There's going to be a lot of resistance from co-workers. If you've been trying to get some approvals, they are going to hem and haw. Or if you've been wanting to get a vacation approved, they're going to hem and haw. They're going to be like, oh no, this, that. Your co-workers are going to be a pain in the behind. I'm going to say, don't go against your superiors this month. Your bosses, don't go against them. Because I'm telling you, if you've I've held my mouth, I've been quiet, I've had it, I'm going to go tell them now, this is the one time that you shouldn't be having those type of conversations with your superiors. Please don't. And as much as, you say, well, Kirtana, I kept my mouth shut for oh my God, excuse me. Oh, what in the world? I've kept my mouth shut for so long, I can't deal with it anymore, and this is it. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. They're going to hear it from me, and you get up and you go to the office and you say, no. They'll be like, so just be careful. There is going to be a little bit of backbiting going on in the office. Your co-workers they're going to try to set you up for failure. So just be careful. Watch your back. If you're a business owner, you're going to have some trouble managing your business because somebody might be there trying to kind of basically hassle you and cause you some stress. And on top of all of that, there could be a situation where let's say you own a business, right, and you have to bid for a job. You may get super greedy and say, I'm going to bid for that job and that job and that job and that job, and then you'll win all the bids. And then now you have 6 bids on your hand that you won, contracts that you won, but you don't have the manforce or the manpower to be able to deliver all on time. Then what happens? So don't be overly greedy, okay? Then let's talk about finance. Jupiter and Sun conjunction will remain in the 5th house. Yes, we see that. Your income, if you're a employee, it's going to be steady. You'll be fine. But don't go and tell your bosses off, because then you'll be out of a job. If you were expecting some money back, Bernie, oh my God. Excuse my little puppy over there, y'all. He's tuckered out. If any money from the government was supposed to be given to you and you didn't get it, it's going to come through. But what you're spending, because that money has slipped through your fingers so fast, like it'll be like, where did it go? Entrepreneurs who started something new, you could have a little bit of a setback. Don't try to expand your business at this point in time. Not a good time. If you're a business person. Health. Your health is going to be one thing that's going to do better this month than any other aspect in your life, right? And if you've been struggling with trying to get health coverage or insurance, or maybe you have health insurance through your work but couldn't get your spouse or your kids or whoever onto that plan, or, the usual drama that happens in America with health insurance. I personally think all these people who are, health insurance companies, they're seriously a bunch of mafia, seriously, in my opinion. You will be able to get them on board. For those of you who have a dad who's been struggling with health issues, rest assured and take heart in knowing that his health may definitely improve this month. Okay, this is for those of you who am I reading for? Librans, they're your father, okay? Or whoever is a father figure in your life. Let's talk about love, marriage, and personal relationships. There could be a little bit of estrangement or whatever with your significant other, a little bit of, I don't know whether I can trust you anymore, and, that sort of a stuff. But If you're a newlywed, that's a whole different thing because you're just starting. I'm talking about established relationships. You will have an opportunity to spend more time with your significant other, and you should. And if you don't have the opportunity, make time. If you want to, if you've been thinking about proposing to somebody but you weren't sure that they were going to accept or not, this is a time to do it because they will accept. So, it's a little give and take, it depends on how long you've been married, and are you just married? Have you been married for 10 years, 5 years, 15 years? You go through the different phases in your relationships because your relationship is evolving and you are evolving too as individuals and combined, right, as a couple. So it depends on where your relationship is. For some of you, you may have a little bit more conflict than the others, and for others of you, if you're just starting out, there's no conflict, that sort of a stuff. Again, it depends on whichever way you look at it. It's nothing that, I don't see divorce for anybody. Let's put it that way, right? Okay, let's talk about relationships in terms of family and friends. Could be a little bit of a conflict in the family situation. There could be some major clashes of opinions or disagreements among your family members. So supposing a parent or a loved one, has just passed, and how do you manage the estate and how do you do that? So that kind of a quarrelsome situation could happen among you brothers and sisters. So try to be careful, and if you need to seek Librans, if you need to seek legal guidance and counseling, you need to do it, because this thing can kind of get out of hand, and this thing, if you're not handled properly, could forever cause a rift between you and your siblings. So take heed. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. All right. So next, that's for you, my beautiful Librans. So next, let's go on to Scorpio, right? All right. Okay. So for my beautiful Scorpios, for the month of March 2022, career. It's an excellent time for Scorpios. That's great. That's great. It's going to be a great time for you because you have Jupiter, Sun and Mercury in the 4th house, and they have a clear view of your 10th house. So this is great. This is great. For those of you who are working in the private sector, fantastic. Excellent. Your seniors, your superiors are going to put a lot of trust and faith in you, put a lot of stock in you, and that is going to start making way for you to advance in your career. So don't take it lightly. If you're considering shifting jobs, then now is the time to do it. If you really want to change jobs, you will receive a fantastic job offer this month that you really want. Oh yeah, this is what I was looking for. Very high possible. Actually, great month for that. Promotions are very highly possible. If you're working for a government agency or anything like that, even then it's good. It's great as far as career and job is concerned. If you are a job seeker and you have found some obstacles in the past, all those are going to be removed. Like, yeah, I'll call you for the first interview, second interview. Oh, by the way, you had to go get this background check and that background check, and it takes forever and a day. And it's like, oh my God, can we get on with it? Yeah, now you can get on with it. All obstacles are going to be removed. You're going to be very smart this month in terms of planning. What do I do now? Where do I go from here? How do I do this? How do I maximize on this job offer? How do I maximize on this interview? If they offer me so-and-so pay packet, am I willing to settle, or will I negotiate? And how do I plan? How do I approach that subject? And how much shall I negotiate for? You're going to be very methodical and meticulous in your planning and going about these things. And also, if you are employed already and you see good income coming, you're going to start methodically planning on how to make good investments that are going to bring you a lot of success for the rest of your life. Great month for you. Finance, let's look at that. Jupiter is in the 4th house. Great, very, very nice position. Financially, really, I just covered it in your career section. So basically that's it. For those of you who are business owners, you are going to see an increase on profitability, more money coming in. You are also going to have the opportunity of acquiring new clients, okay? listen, you guys, employed or self-employed or working for somebody else, good month. Health-wise, if any of you Scorpios are dealing with a serious health situation, right? Like life-altering health situation, if you know what I mean. You will be surprised if you've been going in for treatment, let's say like, for example, radiation or chemo, and you're like, oh my God, it's not having any effect. It's not having, surprisingly, it's almost like a 180. All of a sudden you'll be like, yeah, it's helping. Yeah, thank God, finally, right? There'll be a few little minor complications in the sense that even though chemo is finally taking effect and radiation is finally helping and all that, minor complications could be, as they say, stomach upset, you can't keep anything down, or hair loss, or those things which are, as annoying as they are. It's something that you can deal with, because at the end of the day, long term, if you look at the bigger picture, then chemo and radiation is actually helping you, right? So guard yourself against the usual sniffles, cough and cold and flu and all that stuff. Try to eat on time, because I feel like some of you all are not paying attention to eating on time, and that could mess with your body. So try to eat on time. Marriage, love and personal relationships. Jupiter, the Lord of the 5th house, is going to be in conjunction with Mercury in the 4th house. So your relationship with your mate is going to be a lot stronger. That is fantastic. For those of you who are wanting to find new love, great month. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to be able to meet new people and spend time with these new people to get to know them better. For some of you who are in love, you may decide to propose, or you may be in the process of making plans for marriage, like, let's decide the date and set the venue. Don't lose your temper this month. Don't you lose your temper this month, Scorpio. Okay, then family and friends. All right. Yeah, this is a great month for... See, if any of your family members or your elders or your siblings or your dad or mom or whoever, uncle, aunt, they sit and they want to talk to you, and it's like it almost comes across as advice, but you really went seeking their advice. I would just sit there and nod your head and just listen to them. Let them get it out of their chest, okay? Because for whatever reason they feel that you need their advice. So just go with the flow. Don't get offended. Just go with the flow, okay? So you will get some support from your siblings this month, which is great. You will also have support from your a female figure in your family, that is a mother figure. And don't impose your opinions and views on your siblings. Don't impose it. Just, yeah, okay, all right. Okay, they'll help you, but then if you try to impose your views and opinions on them, then it'll be like everybody shuts down. But I do believe that your mom is going to be of support to you. I don't know why you may feel you need support, but it's almost like I always had your back. That's how it's going to be. And you'll be like, okay, not that you didn't know, but that's what I have for you, my beautiful Scorpios. This is a quick one for y'all. I mean, really. So now let me go on to my Sagittarius. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarius, what do we have for you? I'm gonna sneeze, right? That's great. Oh my God, excuse me. Oh my God. Okay, let's for Sagittarius, mixed fortunes this month. Mercury's the house of the Lord of the 10th house. He is going to be in the 3rd house with Jupiter. So and the Sun in the first week of March. So that could cause you to be a little bit like, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but kind of like, kind of sort of like, oh wow, oh my, that sort of a thing, feeling like, okay, all right, okay, it's like a little much, but nothing that you can't handle type of thing. You'll be a little bit kind of surprised by whatever's going on at work, like the kind of work or load of work or whatever. Excuse me. For business people, you'll be successful. Love life is going to be great. Mars, who's a lot of the fifth house, he's going to be in an exalted sign, meaning he's going to be in a very, very happy place. Love and marriage and all that is very much going to happen for you if you want it to. Mars, again being exalted, is going to benefit you financially. He's going to remain in the house which signifies money, with the Venus and Saturn. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities become available for you. But watch your health. Because Rahu, I'm not too happy with where he is. Rahu is in the 6th house, so you could have some health issues. That's a sucky thing, because I'm a Sagittarius, in case you didn't know. I have to throw that in every video, right? I'm going to stop. I promise I'll be better. I'll try. So career, it's going to be good for Sagittarius people. Mercury, who's the lord of the 10th house, he's going to enter the 3rd house along with Jupiter and the Sun. So yeah, we covered that earlier. So if any of y'all are looking for promotions, then trust me, the path is clear. Go forth and be successful. Mercury and Sun are conjunct in your sign, which indicates that you listen. It's not just promotion, but you have for those of you who are employed, have an opportunity to be promoted to a position that you didn't expect. Like, let's say they were going to promote you to 1 level up or something. Now they're like, no, we're going to promote you to 4 levels up, or whatever that case may be. That sort of a thing. Or whether you're looking for a job or not, you're going to get a very, very good job offer or offers. Whether you're in the market looking for it or you're not in the market looking for it, you're already happily employed, but then they're going to come headhunting. If you've had any issues with your job or your career where you felt like things were stalling and stop and go, and the speed was only one speed, and that is 0 miles an hour, now it's like, the green light's on, and you can go forth, right, without any hindrances. You're going to really benefit whatever business decisions or career decisions you took in the past. As long as they were wise decisions, you're going to see the benefits of that now. If you are trying to do business with a foreign country or a foreign entity, you will be successful, and good for you. Good for trade. Finances, okay, again, right, career and finances, almost like, okay, second, financial is the same thing. There is going to be a lot of assistance. The universe is going to assist you a lot this month in terms of trying to facilitate financial success for you. So take advantage. Make hay while the sun shines. If you're in the stock market, you can get some good results, but don't invest rashly. If you don't go and sell your house and put all the money in the stock market, right? You wouldn't do that. Don't do that, right? But if you're making small investments in the stock market, then you will see some benefits. Don't make rash decisions, never. And I do not give financial advice. I'm just saying, based on the planetary positions, do not go and make rash financial investments. If you're modest about it and kind of cognizant, and then you will see success. But always consult with your financial advisor. Profitability is very, very good. Commerce is good. If any of you own a business, you will expand. The sun is going to transit through the 4th house for the second half of the month, which is going to make your financial situation even better. Your business can generate a lot of business income, right? You're going to get more business coming into you, which means a lot of more money and profitability. You'll also have various areas where you feel like you can make more money. If you have a loan, you'll be able to pay it off. And also, as far as your networking is concerned, you will be able to make new contacts. And you know what? Surprisingly, those new contacts, right, are going to be people who are going to want to invest in you. Isn't that cool? I love it. Health. Rahu is going to occupy your 6th house. Then we have Venus, who's a lot of the 6th house. He's going to be in the 2nd house with Saturn. So that's what is going to cause you some health issues. You're so and into your business work that you're not paying attention to your diet, and therefore you're not eating healthy, which is going to affect your health. Take enough, take rest. Sleep is the biggest thing. Sleep is the most important thing for your body to kind of, your body needs, right? You know what I mean? Sleep is very, very important. So make sure you get enough quality sleep. That's something I have to take my own advice, because I am not getting quality sleep. I haven't for the past 2-3 weeks, or actually more than that. Anywho, try to pay attention to consuming food that is good for you. Make sure you eat on time. Try to take little breaks rather than a long break during your work day. Take little breaks because, it's like you get so wrapped up, and that's true. I can speak for myself. I get so into it that I forget everything, and then I'm kind of drained. So, I've started actually the past, 2 weeks, I've started like I'll do whatever I need to for an hour, and I take a 10-minute break and come back just to rest my eyes, if you will, if nothing else. So the second half of the month is going to be better as far as the health is concerned. Love, marriage, and relationships. Your relationships are going to become intense this month, meaning there's more. It's almost like you're coming together even more, right? So those of you who are not married, you may get some good news. You might be proposed to, right? Mercury, the lord of the 7th house, is in conjunction with Jupiter in the 3rd house. So that's going to bring some good news for those unmarried individuals. For those of you who may be having issues with your marriage, this is a great opportunity to repair your relationships. If you are having any disagreements and estrangements for your married partner and you had filed for divorce, this is a great time to push for it and get it done. If you were thinking of filing for divorce, this is a great time to file for it, because it'll be one and done. But on the other side, you may get it done because you're like, no, I'm done. But he or she may again still try to want to reunite. But if you know for sure that this is done and you were thinking of filing for divorce, this is when you got to do it. But if you're not that small percentage of Sagittarius who are looking to dissolve a relationship or a marriage, and you're not in that percentage, then this month, any which way you look at it, is a great month for those who are married, those who are single, wanting to get married, those who are single, waiting to be proposed, family and friends. You're going to have a lot of support from your family this month. If you've been lost touch with your siblings, this is a great time for you all to reconnect. You may also travel to spend time with your family members. And Saturn, Mars, and Venus are in conjunction in the 2nd house, which is great. See, Jupiter and Sun are in a good position, so there is a possibility you may go with your family members for a little vacation, or you may also go with your family members. I don't know if you're thinking of going to, visit the Basilica in Rome or wherever, or in France or whatever, and you all always wanted to go. Maybe this is a time for you all to make that trip and go. It's a great opportunity for you all to use this time to go on a little kind of a journey and to bond and reconnect and strengthen your bonds with your family members, okay? So that's for my beautiful Sagittarians. Now next, let me do Capricorn. Okay, So for my beautiful Capricorns, what do we have? Ooh, Saturn is in the 10th house. Oh, I like that for you Capricorns. You know, Saturn is your ruling planet. So great for promotions as far as work is concerned. Entrepreneurs, if you're wanting to take some new steps and go in new directions, great time to do that. Check. But romance is a bit iffy. There's a possibility of a breakup. This is just gender, and then we'll break it up even further, right? You get it. Money is good, but health. Okay, let's break it down. Career. Great time for Capricorn natives. Venus was the lord of the 5th house and 10th house. They are going to unite in the 1st house with Saturn and Mars. Really? What more can you ask for? And Saturn is looking good. Is looking good in the 10th house. He's looking good. His vision to the 10th house is great, unobstructed. So that's good. You are going to be noticed at work. Promotions. Any hindrances at work, obstacles, going to be reduced. You're going to be noticed. You will also have additional job opportunities present themselves to you unexpectedly. If you're looking for a job, great time to look for a job. You will find the job of your dreams. This is a fantastic time. The second half of the month, the sun's transit through the 3rd house will fully aspect on the house of fortune. Yeah. If you are working for a government agency, hey, listen, let's just cut to the chase. Any which way you look at it, employed, self-employed, working for somebody as entrepreneur, whoever, for my beautiful Capricorns, this month is great. Let's look at finances. Mercury and the Sun are going to be in conjunction with Jupiter in the 2nd house, which means financial benefits. Yep. Then let's see. If any money or monies, finances were stuck and you were unable to get it moved or transferred or whatever, it's going to be smooth. Maybe some bills needed to be collected and they got stuck or whatever. Now it's all going to come through. If you do have the opportunity to pursue new business opportunities, right, they're going to get you good money. The second half of the month is going to be even better as far as finances are concerned, because the second half of the month, whatever finances you're going to be getting or have access to, that's going to provide for long-term financial security. If you're employed, you're going to advance. Advancement means more money. So therefore, your income is going to increase. You're going to have more available income, more income available to you. But the good thing here is I'm seeing that your expenses are going to be very well managed, which is great, because then you have the more income you have available to you, and the tighter you get on your expenses, that means you'll have more income for your long-term financial investments. Great. Great time to start saving money. Health. Mercury, the lord of the 6th house, is going to be in conjunction with the sun in the 2nd house. Any hereditary diseases in the family or health issues, they could if they run in the family, this is a great time for you to seek medical help and try to break that cycle, right? If historically dad or mom has always had diabetes, and therefore by default you might have a greater chance of getting diabetes. Whatever you need to do to ensure that you don't get diabetes, take that, right? For example, so small little boo-boos, yeah, okay, cold, cough and flu, but take care. But then again, you got to be careful, right? With this pandemic going on, you don't want to take it lightly. You still need to be careful. Don't eat outside this month, y'all. Don't try to avoid eating food outside. Try to avoid eating food outside. Try to eat food that's cooked at home, and also try and avoid long distance travel. I'm going to say that. Be careful. Marriage, love and personal relationships. There could be a little bit of a estrangement from your love life, your love, the interest, whoever you're interested in. Try not to be petty this month, let ego go. Don't get into conflictions because of your ego. And you do have an ego, let's face it, you do. We all do, but you do. You can also get very passive aggressive, Capricorn. Don't deny it. Try to resolve any existing conflicts that you might have, right? If you do, you do realize the value you have in each other, which is great, but as long as you resolve your existing conflicts, you'll be fine. If you continue down the path of, being passive aggressive and all that, then your bluff is going to be called. And if your bluff is called, then you may end up being in a situation where that individual is going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, and you are going to be the baby who's going to be thrown out with the bathwater. Okay. I'm not going to make any excuses for saying that. I'll say, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to be mean. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you're an adult. You make the decisions you need to make yourself happy, right? So it's on you, right? I'm not saying it to be mean, or maybe the way I present it is very cut and dry, but it is what it is. And I don't filter, I just say it. So don't take it in a negative way, like I'm being mean or I'm being, sarcastic or anything. I'm just saying it. Just lay it out there. Okay, so family and friends. See, when we talk about intimate relationships and family and friends, they're two different things. Intimate relationship is you and your significant other, be it your spouse, your mate, your live-in boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody you've been dating, somebody you've been in a monogamous relationship with, you're engaged or whoever. Now, relationships between family and friends is something else, because that is platonic relationships, correct? So it's going to be good because people are going to come to you for conflict resolution. Surprise, surprise, even though you may be having some conflict within your personal relationship there. If any of your siblings come to you and say, he said this, John said this, and then John comes here and he says, no, Harold said this, and you're stuck in the middle going, oh my God, you guys, what's wrong with you? I suggest at this time you keep your mouth shut and just listen. All they want is for you to just listen. Just listen. Just hear them, okay? They're going to come to you with their grievances. Just listen. By just listening to them, right, unbiased, be in a neutral state and just listen to them, the conflict will be resolved. All right, so next, after, who did we do just now? We did Capricorn, right? After Capricorn, we go to Aquarius, and let's do, all right, Aquarius, for you, general overall energy for the month. Actually, let's go straight into your career. This is going to be 10th house, Ketu in the 10th house in conjunction with Sun and Jupiter and Mercury. Ooh, you're going to feel great. As far as work is concerned, you're going to feel confident. You are going to feel that, oh my God, you become more courageous, more bolder. With confidence comes that knowledge that, yeah, I can make the decisions I need to make, right? There's going to be a lot of excitement because, with that confidence, you begin to realize there's so much more you could do. Your credibility is going to increase. You may receive news that you will have a promotion, or they may completely offer you a different job. They'd be like, we decided to offer you a different job, maybe within the same company or maybe within another company. Maybe in this company you were handling quality control. I'm just saying, for example, and they may say, we actually want you to now manage sales and marketing. I'm just saying, y'all, just as an example. I know quality control and sales and marketing is different and yet interrelated. So they'll be like, now we want you to move there, and then we want you to manage that department or build it from the ground up or whatever. Or you may get a job offer from somebody else. So take action, don't sleep on it and say, I need to think about it, and keep thinking. You snooze, you lose. Take action. But then don't make a hasty decision. You ask them, right? Any company worth their salt, they'll give you at least, a week's time to think about accepting their offer or not. So think about it, right? Let's say you got an offer from a competitor or from a completely different company. Don't just shoot it down and say, I'm not looking for a job at the moment. thank you, but no thank you. I always tell people, don't ever do that. If somebody calls you and say, we're looking to hire people and you've come under our radar and we want to talk to you, go and hear them, go meet with them. Just because you're going to meet with them doesn't mean you're giving up this job. There's no harm done in finding out what else is going on in the world outside, right? And you'll be amazed at how much information you'll get and how people view you and see you. Maybe you've been underselling yourself with your current employer, but when you see somebody else like that, you may see what your real truth and value is. And then here you can go back to your employer and say, hey, I'm due for a raise. I've worked here for 16 years. My performance has been flawless. When are you going to promote me? When are you going to give me a job? As an example, that's what I'm saying. But great success with business or commerce or employment. Slam dunk. Any which way you look at it, it's awesome. But if you are in a situation where you're wanting to invest in another person's business, like somebody comes to you and say, hey, I'd like you to become my partner. Would you care to invest in my business? Then you need to seek professional advice. Consult with somebody who knows about business investments, right? Buying into an already existing business. You need to get some advice there, right? Unless, of course, that's your forte and you know what to do, then great. Your financial position is going to be much bolstered this month. There's a possibility you might inherit some property or some assets. If you invest in the stock market, be cautious, make prudent investments, try to reduce your unnecessary expenses on all the fluff. Those who are employed will see some good revenue streams open up to you. Like if you're a salaried employee, they'll be like, hey, we started a new program, and if you do this and this and hit this quota, you get some extra money, that type of a thing, right? But then keep your expenses under control. Health-wise, Saturn, Venus and Mars are in your 6th house, so yeah, you're going to be fine. Good time to get healthy. Mental stress can be a situation. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. Try to keep yourself occupied, but then again, that could lead to mental stress. So you should know how to balance that, overactivity, which leads to mental stress and physical stress. Try to maintain that balance, but don't be just sitting and lollygagging about. That's not going to help you. You have to keep moving. Sometimes moving also reduces stress, like, go for a walk. That sort of a thing. There is a possibility you could be experiencing some, chronic illness, chronic illness, figure it out. So if that happens, then you have to go seek medical health. Medical help. Let's talk about personal relationships and love and marriage and all that lovey-dovey stuff. Good time for that. Mercury, the lord of the 5th house, he's going to be in your 1st house, and he's going to be sharing that with Jupiter, which is great. Which is great, because if you have any existing arguments, or I'm not talking to you, or I can't, whatever, like some lover's argument or whatever, all that's going to come to an end. Your relationship is going to strengthen. You will be more confident in being able to express yourself. Maybe you've been holding back, or maybe your partner has been holding back. This is going to be a great time for you all to have the confidence to fully, to have the comfort of knowing that I'm not going to feel like I'm being judged if I express myself. If you all have been dating somebody for a long time, you are now ready to put the ring on the person, and so you might end up proposing or get married. But if it is a new young relationship, if you've just started dating, then I'm going to say you'll be dating, like, we meet every Friday, Thursday, this, that and the other, and all of a sudden then you will be like, oh, radio silence, okay? And then, but give it some time. Don't push, like, don't be insistent. Give it some time, okay? And then it'll self-correct. So don't push. Then let's talk about family and friends. No, you have to wait. Give me 2 minutes. Don't do it. So this is what I have to deal with. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. So this is my baby. I'm almost at the end of it, and he now comes up to me and he's like, "Can you wait? No, get back. Give me 2 minutes. Back. Sit. Wait." So your family is going to be supportive of you. If your family know that, you've been having some little brouhaha with your loved one, they'll be like, "Hey, we like her, we like you, we want you to be happy," that kind of a support. Then if there are any conflicts regarding your family members from the past, that's going to be resolved. Then there is a high possibility of get-togethers within your family members. Very high possibility of get-togethers, and quite a few of them too in your family this month, which is really good. Which is really, really good. And if, let's say, a dad or a mom or an uncle or an aunt or grandma or grandpa wants to sit you down and say, "I heard that you are having some problems with John Doe or Jane Doe, I really like him, I really like her, I hope you all can resolve your situation." And then here you can see you're getting madder and angrier, and you'll be like, "Who went and told grandma or grandpa, uncle or aunt about this? That's nobody's business. Why do you all have to go and tell everybody about it?" Like, you'll get a little bit defensive there, but you know what? They mean no harm. They truly care for you, and they truly care for your relationship or whoever you're having that relationship with. So just chill. Take a chill pill. Okay? That's what I'm going to say for my beautiful Aquarius, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay? Thank you. What's up, baby? All right. Give me a second, okay? Thank you for being patient. All right, my beautiful Pisces, let's get started with your general overall general overall astrology forecast for the month of March 2022. So here we go for my beautiful Pisces. We have you can expect overall general stuff, and then I'll break it down to career, finances, relationships, etc. You can expect some success in your job and your business. The second half of the month, it'll be a little bit better than the first half. Then let's take a little bit of family drama, a little bit of strife there. You'll have to deal with it. You don't have a choice. You can't get away from it. There could be, let's see, Mars, who's a lot of the second house, he's going to remain in the exalted sign of Saturn, so there's going to be a little bit in the house of conflict, so that signifies conflict, so there's going to be a little bit of push and pull kind of thing. Your romantic life is also going to experience a little bit of ups and downs, if you will. So just be cautious overall this month. The one good thing I'm going to say is, this is maybe a good time for you all as far as finances are concerned. If any monies were stuck and you haven't been able to have access to those monies, they will become available for you. Let's break it down. Career, right? There are going to be some ups and downs this month, plain and simple. Okay? Jupiter is in the 12th house, and there is going to be a rush to get things done, and while you're rushing about trying to get things done, you might drop the ball on a couple of things, and that's not a good thing, but it is what it is. However, by hook or by crook, you're going to get the job done, right? So that's good. But still pay attention to detail. Try not to rush about like a headless chicken, Sometimes, when it's like we're running out of time and we rush, we make a lot of mistakes. But that's when, if you kind of dial it back, take a deep breath, take a step back and go at it at a steady pace, you get things done and you'll get it done in time. So that's the approach this month I would recommend you have. In all this chaos, in all this run around, do this, do that, hurry, and you running around getting things done, you are going to impress people that, oh my God, this person is really good at multitasking. Well, on the downside, since you proved yourself to be such a good multitasker, you may end up finding a lot more things put on your plate, and you're like, where did this come from? This is not what I signed up for. Well, you know, if any of y'all have been out of work for a long time, unemployed, you will be surprised. You will be able to find a job that you would like. So keep applying, be proactive. You know, it may have been a little trialsome and troubling for you the past couple of months, or maybe I don't know, maybe 6-7 months, but y'all will get a job. But you have to be proactive. If you just sit there and say, I applied 10 months ago, something is going to come through now, you don't do that. You continue to apply to see what may pop up. Maybe what you applied for 10 months ago may not come through, but maybe yesterday you applied for a job and the other ones will be like, hey, come on in for an interview. And next thing you know, welcome aboard, you know. So you got to be proactive. Don't, say, I did it then, I don't need to do it now type of thing. Business expansion is going to be there, but even then, little bit of hectic energy. Finances are going to be okay. There is a chance to earn good money. Venus is exalted and Mars is going to bring you some good news, which is great. He's sitting there happy with Saturn, so that's good. If any of you are starting new and beginning with new investments, you'll find good stuff happen, but it's going to be a slower climb as opposed to those who are already established in a business. Those who are employed, like with another company, somebody's giving you a paycheck, you're going to do good. But pay attention to detail and try your best not to drop the ball. Any money, like I said earlier, that has been stuck, maybe you had applied for reimbursement and it didn't come to you for a long time, that's going to come through now. You got to have a proactive approach as far as your health is concerned, all right? You have to, not just for your job, but even as far as your health is concerned. You may end up having some muscle aches, muscle strains, muscle pulls, this, that, and the other. And be careful as far as eating excessively fatty foods. That's going to affect your intestines and it's going to affect your digestive system. See, Mercury, the Sun and Jupiter are in conjunct with Jupiter in the 12th house. So you may think you're strong, your health is fine, but no, you're really not. So take care. And if you're one of those people who enjoys a couple of drinks here and there, well, are you sure it's just a couple of drinks or is it a little bit more than that? So watch your consumption of alcohol. In terms of your marriage, love, and personal relationships, as in intimate relationships, this is going to be a bit of a stressful time for you. There's going to be miscommunications. There's going to be a lack of trust. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be, I've had it. This is it. I'm moving out. You're moving out. It's going to be a little contentious for you guys. You may have been in a relationship for the past 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years, whoever, whatever, and maybe you're always thinking of getting married but never got around to, and somewhere along the line you'll decide, we really don't need to get married. I mean, we're fine the way we are. And lo and behold, you might have a really big situation on your hands and you may actually part ways. And you will be sighing a huge sigh of relief and you'll be like, thank God I didn't get married to this person, because once you get married, it's a different thing when you break up with somebody, go through a process of divorce, as opposed to if you're in a long-term relationship and you part ways and you guys have not been married. Either way, emotionally it's traumatic, I get that. But in terms of the other practical aspects of it, such as finances and assets and all that, right? So, we got to be practical about those things. It does make a difference, right? Don't make impulsive decisions and fine, you stay here, I'll move out type of thing. Don't do things like that, because you will end up paying a really big price for that attitude of yours. If it is your house, you stay there. There's no need for you to leave. The other person needs to leave. Your family may try to meddle into your personal business in terms of your relationship with your significant other, because they can see what's going on. They can sense the conflict. Oh yeah, you know, when Harry got married last summer, you know, then itself I was thinking these two are not going to last for long. You know, I'm surprised they've lasted so long. You know, you'll hear little whispers about things like that coming, and it can get very annoying, or it can also be like, what the hell didn't you tell me? You know, whatever. So people would have noticed all these things. They just didn't come forward to tell you because it was none of their business, and now you start hearing all that, and it's going to really aggravate you. It's going to really piss the snot out of you, but you got to deal with it. Family and friends, it's a little bit of a difficult, you know, again, major decisions, disagreements. You know, some of them may say, we never liked her from the beginning, or we never liked him from the beginning, I can't understand why. Or surprise, surprise, behind your back, a family member will call up the other person and say, I can't believe you did this to my brother, I can't believe you're doing this to my sister, what is wrong with you? And that could add more fuel to the fire in terms of your relationship is concerned. I'm just going to say this month is going to be a little messy. But one thing I will say, y'all, listen, I have to preface this. See, when we look at astrology, these are general, right? But when we take your astrology information, do an astrology chart exclusively for you, your name, your date of birth, your time of birth, city and state of birth, then we get into the minutiae and the nitty-gritty and the exact calculations of what degree those planets were at and which house, and you know, was it in the first third or the second third or the last third of the sun sign or the moon sign or Venus sign. All those things come into play, and then you may think that, oh well, Kirtana, that really didn't happen. There's a high possibility that this doesn't affect every single Pisces on the face of the planet. That's why I always say, whether it's tarot or astrology, take what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave it, right? So these are general. So, you know, like I say all the time, you know, you have my email address, which is always in the description box. Email me and let me know what kind of astrology reading you're interested in. I will also list the different kind of astrology charts and readings I do. And then if you email me, I'll send you the, you know, price list and how I go about setting up the consultations, and we can do a very specific reading for you. Having said all of that, let me stop at this, and thank you so much for watching my videos. Do leave your comments. You know, I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Take care. Bye for now.